Hi, I'm Andy Novick, and today I'm going to show you a simple example of using an AI large language model to generate some T-SQL code. It's a pretty simple problem. I'm a SQL Server consultant, been around for a while, wrote a couple books a long time ago, and I've got an email address and a website. The task we're given is to generate T-SQL for an ETL task. Here's an existing task. We already have some code that's sort of similar to what we're going to write. We have a table source A. It's got a couple columns. It needs to bring data in to the destination. We're given a new table. The new table also has a batch ID column that separates each new batch of data. But then the column names are similar, but with different names. Same data type. Our task is to write the store procedure that moves the data from source B into the destination. This would be something that would be very easy for you or me. So let's do it with the AI. Now I'm going to flip over to some T-SQL, show you some of the database. We have an attribute, just to do the numeric attribute ID. We've got the destination table, source A table, the lookup function, just for convenience, and the procedure. And this is not the world's greatest procedure. It was actually based loosely on something I've written before, and it has a loop, and that's not the greatest thing, but it's a simple thing. It really doesn't take very long to run in practice. Data. So there's nothing in the destination table. These are the attributes: to his pressure, for his kilowatt hours. You see there's our source data for batch 1, the old code. Let's just run the old code and see it gives us 100 rows in our destination table. Now let's flip over to do the AI. Instead of showing you the AI in the prompt that I'm going to give the AI in the browser window, let's go through it here where it's nice and large. So I'll read it to you. In the ETL process a&b.txt file, there's a T-SQL store procedure named ETL proc by hand source A that loads data from ETL source A into ETL destination. Please create a similar procedure named ETL proc gen source B that loads data from ETL source B into ETL destination. The column names are not identical, but they're similar. I tried to be very explicit. This is very simple. This is kind of just a spec. I guess that's the kind of thing we might get as a spec. So let's take a look at the AI doing it. The one I'm going to use is Grok 3, which is my current favorite. We're doing this in April of 2025, and AI is changing week by week. I've tried some of the others. This one gave a really nice answer. So I pasted my prompt in there. I attached the file. I had to do it as a text file instead of a .SQL file because the user interface of Grok didn't like the SQL extension. I'm not going to make you wait and watch it because it took 1 minute and 56 seconds to run. So let's just go look at the answer. It starts by summarizing the problem, restating the problem, I say. It's got the existing procedure and it talks about it. It talks about the loop. It just loops over, iterates over the attribute name, something that could be changed. But then here it says, however, the original procedure has a potential oversight. The insert statement does not filter by attribute ID, meaning it inserts all rows for batch ID with the attribute ID of the current loop iteration, which could lead to incorrect data mapping. So it found a weakness in the code, and in fact, had a batch had more than one attribute in it, which the code seems to anticipate, that would have been a bug. And then it goes on to say, for accuracy, I'll assume it's an unattended and correct it in the new procedure, but I'll align it with the similar procedure requirement by maintaining its structure. So that's actually pretty responsive. It then goes on to do some analysis, show us some analysis that it's done, design the new procedure, and then it gives it to us. And I'll just grab it with this button. Go back to SSMS. Let's paste it in. In this case, it didn't give us a using statement. That didn't give us a set code identifier. And let's just execute it. And so let's go back and execute some code. Execute the code. We already did this. We have some rows in the destination. We've got rows in source B for the pressure, and we can see that there are no rows in the destination for pressure. So let's go load them and see if they're there. And there they are, 99 rows. And there's our row counts. So it did the job. It was a simple job. It did it pretty well. Found the bug. Other AIs that I've tried did more simple work, but I maybe haven't worked with them quite as much. And I'm sure they're all changing, so your mileage may vary. I put all this code up on GitHub, including the prompt and including a printout of the page from Grok. And you're welcome to take a look at them. And I'd just like to say thank you for coming. Email me with any questions you have or put them in the comments. Thank you for watching. I'll see you sometime on YouTube. Bye.